Yamaha will warrant the engine for 100,000 miles or 20 years, whichever comes first. So for me, that's basically a lifetime, because I don't imagine I'll be riding in 20 years if I'm still around. Hello everyone, another great day for a ride. Definitely taking advantage of this. There's going to be some rain coming in this afternoon, but I'm trying to get out ahead of it. Figured I'd get in a quick motor vlog, and by quick, this one will probably be one of my quickest. For some of you, that'll probably be good news. You think I've gotten a little winded in some of them. But anyway, this is kind of a follow-on to a follow-on. So I've had a couple of discussions about oil for the VMAX, and it all started with a video where I was debating on what type of oil to use in the VMAX: conventional oil, synthetic oil, or a blend of the two, synthetic blend. And interesting, that video created a nice discussion. You know, everybody had a lot of different opinions on that. And by the way, I'll put the link to that video in the description below if you haven't seen it, in case you want to know the context and which I'm covering today's topic. But anyway, the long and short of what came out of that video was I decided to kind of, you know, split the middle and put in a synthetic blend when I did my first oil change. But there was something in that conversation amongst you guys that had talked about this Yamalube Advantage that I had never heard of. And so I looked it up, and I did another video on what I found out about the Yamalube Advantage, and I will put that link in the description as well. But it was only after I had changed the oil the first time that I had tried to log in and do the Yamalube Advantage and enter all the data and do all the things I was supposed to do. But since that time, knowing now what the Yamalube Advantage offers, it's made me change my mind on what type of oil I'm going to start putting in the VMAX from here on out. So, and just in short, for those of you that haven't seen the Yamalube Advantage video, again, you may want to watch that first, just to put everything in context. But basically, for motorcycles, the Yamalube Advantage, in short, is that if you use Yamalube exclusively, Yamaha will warrant the engine for 100,000 miles or 20 years, whichever comes first. So for me, that's basically a lifetime, because I don't imagine I'll be riding in 20 years if I'm still around, and I seriously doubt if I'll ever put 100,000 miles on the VMAX, because I will be sharing my riding time amongst 2, possibly 3, or maybe even more motorcycles. So anyway, knowing that I'm going to be changing my oil quite regularly, and so far I've changed it twice now due to time interval, which is every 6 months, rather than mileage, which is every 4,000 miles. So, and that's probably how it will go from here on out. So every 6 months I'm changing the oil. So therefore I've concluded that I just can't see spending the money for synthetic or synthetic blend. So the most recent oil change that I did, again at the 6-month interval, I just put in the Yamalube all-purpose oil, conventional oil, and saved a lot of money in doing so, because it's not going to be in the bike very long. So 6 months it's coming back out. So I really don't think that whatever advantage that synthetic oil has, that it's really going to make much of a difference when I'm changing it that often. And not to mention, it's not a requirement for the Yamalube Advantage. So if they're willing to provide a warranty for this thing for 100,000 miles and 20 years with conventional oil, then it doesn't make sense to put anything else than conventional oil in there. Now maybe if, you know, eventually if this were a bike that I bought long ago or was younger and was going to keep it forever and could surpass either one of those requirements, either 20 years or 100,000 miles, then yeah, I could see maybe putting synthetic oil in it, particularly after reaching those points, to try and increase the life and the longevity of the engine. But for right now, I just don't see the advantage of doing so. It just seems like an unnecessary cost. So, but tell me what you think. Tell me if I might be misguided. But from here on out, I think it's going to be just conventional oil. Keep it simple. Save some money. But anyway, that's all I really had on this topic. Like I said, it'd be extremely short today. Just want to let you know where I'm at. And if you've seen my recent video on my new oil drain pan, I will probably do a video on my next oil change, just to illustrate using that and how simple that is. And you will see me at that time putting conventional oil in the motorcycle. But that's all I have on this topic today. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe to my channel. See you next time.